What if you abandoned what you believed was true? And I really don't mean that in like a, hey, let's go jump off of the bridge because gravity doesn't exist type of deal. But what if some of the things that you held on to, and I'm going to be very personal, that I held on to about what success looked like professionally, what I needed to do to move up the ladder in corporate, who I needed to be to live out my own business on my own terms. What if the things that we believed to be true weren't real at all? So I've been thinking about this a lot. Over the past couple months, I literally have gone silent. You haven't heard much from me on social media. You haven't heard much from me if you're on my email list. You haven't heard much from me in real life unless you're super, super, super close. But that's because I have been on this journey of re-examining what's really true. And not only re-examining what's true, but spirit-led, I am a woman of faith, examining what should be true and what of the past needs to be burned. So, right now, today, I am a woman who grew up in corporate America, who knew what it was to put on whatever needed to be put on, whether it was the language I spoke, the way I dressed, the way I carried myself, the watch of my temper so as to not be perceived as an angry Black woman, whatever it is, I knew what it took to be dressed in what meant and what I believed turned into success in that realm. One of the things I also did unknowingly, as my path traveled and I recognized my value, I recognized my brilliance, I stepped into it. When I stepped into my business and stepped into it full time, I took with me some stuff that I also believed to be true. Things like, well, as a Black woman, again, everything matters. When you're thinking about the company that you're building, that you're leaving that good corporate job for, oof, it better be one that seems impressive. Impressive to who? But it better be one that seems impressive. When you think about the clients that you're going to get, if you happen to have white clients, you've won. I want you to just listen to that. Because these are things, whether consciously or unconsciously, I held and believed to be true. As if these things form the foundation that would forever help me understand and be a guiding light for the path that I took. Oh, when you start your business, you get a coach that resembles success. I never had a Black coach. Never had a female coach until later down the line. What I saw was very unconscious choices of, ooh, male, white male, Asian male. These are the things that represent success. In corporate, did I see people in the upper levels that look like me? No. Executives, they have a standard of white male, Asian male. These are literally the things that I saw. And not that they were conscious choices to say, oh, I'm going to get me somebody that looks like that. They were things that I was carrying as beliefs unconsciously because of what I saw. And then you fast forward, having a business, supporting other women and how they build their businesses and escape that rat race. Oof. That's something to carry an identity and a belief system that you unconsciously didn't realize. And now, when you have the care for others, ooh, that's some responsibility. And so, in these past couple months, that I've been quiet, literally quiet, God has dealt with me in such an important and rich area. One, as I carry an assignment that has the responsibility for others' freedom. Two, because I have the responsibility to myself and my future generations, right? My children, my daughters that watch, people in the community that watch, taking some time to be clear on the things that are really true, the identity that really belongs to me matters more than anything as a predictor of my success. And guess what? It's not just limited to my success, it matters for yours too. So here's the thing, when we talk about growing up in corporate, climbing the ladder in corporate, giving our in and out and everything to the 9 to 5 and feeling overlooked, feeling like there's more that you have to give, but you can't quite touch it, feeling like you're making all this money for someone else, but where is your cut for your brilliance? All these things are real. All these things have a set of beliefs that I bet, I'm willing to guess, that you carried with you that has somewhat disappointed you off and on. As a Black woman, if I make sure I'm carrying myself in the way that makes me seem, yes, unique because I am beautiful and Black, but on the other hand, not threatening, maybe that gives me the foot in to go farther up the ladder. If I carry with me the need to, which we all have heard it, be twice as good, I expect to have to fight on this journey to get to success. So I just continue to accept the things that come my way as things that are supposed to happen, and I push through it anyway. All of these narratives, especially as Black women, and you may be watching this video and you may not be a Black woman, and here is the opportunity right now, in this moment, to understand a level of truth that to get intimate and knowing with it benefits everybody. I don't care who you are. So when you think about being in corporate and wanting to get out, wanting to see this freedom, wanting to take really full ownership of your time, your talent, and your identity, and not just say it, some of that means letting go of what we thought was true. Some of that means really becoming the person that we're meant to be without all the identity and stipulations that we've had to wear just to survive on the job, in the workplace. And so as you think about how you sort of lift yourself up and get in your hands that business that's been calling your name, that business that doesn't allow you to sleep at night, because if it's not coming to you in a dream, there's somebody else tapping you on the shoulder saying, when are you gonna do such and such? And what about such and such? And oh my gosh, I thought about you about such and such. The thing that keeps finding you in the most random times and the random places. This calling, this assignment, I will tell you right now, as I took the time in this silence and reflection, I realized how much time I was spending living up to other people's sort of beliefs that I was carrying, that other people had about success and what was necessary for me, and also me finding things that I was like, yeah, I'm interested in that. Ooh, I'm capable of that. Ooh, I've got the skills to do that. So let me go and do it. I know what it is to start and stop multiple businesses along the way. But you know what's interesting? And this is what set with me hard. When you get to a space where you say, okay, I hear you. Like, God, I hear you. There's a calling that I'm supposed to do. I may keep rolling over in the middle of the night, like, I'm not really prepared for that. Or you're showing me this thing that I should do, but I can't really see the way. Like maybe it's not really for me. Maybe a few years down the road, maybe I need to go get certified to do that thing. Maybe I'm not ready yet. Maybe I'm not qualified. All these things are very real when there is an assignment, not just something that you're interested in starting to make a little cash, but when there is an assignment in front of you. Here's a little secret. The things that you need to bring that assignment to life, when it is divine, it is already present. Already. And you may say, Candace, okay, yeah, get it. But I can't really see that. Like I can't touch that. I can't feed myself with that. I can't process that. Like already present. What does that mean? It's already there. It's a matter of whether or not you choose to align the actions that go deeper into that assignment. And that hit me like a ton of bricks. I will tell you that many of you are familiar with the podcast, Ambition, Honey, and Hustle. It took me an entire year before I ever created a business offer that could serve people at the level that I serve them in the podcast. And do you understand why? And by the way, this podcast had sat in my spirit, the content. I would talk to people endlessly. First, about business, because I am a lover of business. Second, about ownership and how you really take your value and make it your own and put it into the world. And yet I myself felt unequipped, unready. Lord, I hear you, but not yet on an assignment that I was meant to do. All the while, I was doing stuff that I was capable of and interested in, and oh, by the way, sounded good. The marketing agency with the marketing agency touching people in real estate. Oh, they sound great, and I've got clients, and they look this way, and it sounds great. All a bit of a distraction from this thing that's calling me that I'm playing with on the side. And so this has become a work that has to go forward. And over the next 60 days, I and my team are intentionally looking to take 200 women into their assignment. I'm talking about the women who are no longer saying, I'm just going to play around with this thing to make money and hopefully that gets me out of my job, to the women who are bold enough to say, I know there is something planted inside of me that has to come out. And I believe and trust that what I'm meant to do, I will have the things I need when I walk in the action. And so those women, and if you are one of those women and I am talking to you, that I want you to be one of the 200 women that are on assignment, that we walk together closely over the next 60 days. Because assignment level work is different from interest level work. No right or wrong, but they're different. And when you are on assignment and there is work, God-given work that is for you to do, there is impact on the other side of that. There is resource on the other side of that. There is need on the other side of that. So for us to continue to stand in things that we believe to be true that do not serve us, things that feel like they should be true, that hold on to us tight, but that we need to let go of, identities that we hold on to, wrap up in for survival. That's a real thing. For safety, that's a real thing. But taking off to put on and execute an assignment, that's where we're going. So if you are one of those 200 women, join us over the next 60 days. You don't want to miss it. I don't want to miss you. We'll see you soon. If any of this resonated with you, any of it, being a woman on assignment, moving to go further, if that resonated with you, then we want you to come join the movement. Over the next 60 days, we're taking 200 women on assignment, starting with a challenge, and we want you to be a part. So click the link or button that you see around this video. Let's get you going. Talk to you soon.